Hi everyone and welcome back to Skincare Shelfie, where I ask our Adore Beauty staff what is on their skincare shelf. Today we have a very, very special guest. James is a dermal therapist. He's also the creative director of our skincare brand Viviology. I feel like I'm interviewing a celebrity here. James is spoken about so highly. It's an honour.
Oh, thank you. You make me blush.
Do you have your skincare shelfie with you?
I do.
Love it.
It's basic.
We got some toothpaste. Love that. Is it just one shelf?
I think for me, because I know what my skin likes, I don't love having a whole lot of stuff there confusing me what to use today. And I try to sort of encourage that philosophy for our clients as well, because it is very confusing out there. There's so much stuff. So my skincare is combination.
Okay.
So much more active in terms of oil production through the T-zone. I don't get dry, but
Can't relate.
But the
So dry.
I do focus heavily on hydration. I'm also quite breakout prone in my beard area. I get ingrowns, like I've got a nice little zit brewing here.
I need to show them this case. It's personalised. I love that.
My girlfriend Elise Tran, who was part of the
Oh,
Daily
yes.
Edited a long time ago, she gifted that to me, which is pretty lovely.
Bougie as. All right, AM routine, let's go.
Headband.
Yeah.
Or whatever you have to get your hair out of your face is so essential. Like, I know I
So
don't
is.
have a lot. I still want to cleanse right up into my hairline,
Yeah.
and particularly for people that are wearing makeup or are more prone to congestion in those areas. You've got to have access to your full face. Viviology Gentle Foaming Cleanser. I just love this cleanser so much. Obviously was part of the formulation process. Always start with clean hands. I cleanse actually in the shower in the morning, so I would have washed my body first. My hands are going to be nice and clean, and then I'm going to wash my face for 2 minutes. I'm a big advocate of the
that's a long
2-minute
time.
cleanse. So next I use, but I've forgotten it, I'm so sorry, I use the Benefit Balance spray
From
from Cosmetics. I should say I never advocate that my clients use a spray.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's a little bit of an unnecessary step. However, I personally love to use it. I find that when my skin is just that little bit more moist before I put my serums on, that I can actually work everything across the skin more. I don't need to use as much product, but it's not an essential product. Then I get my Stem Factor by Osmosis. This is my key age management serum. I have a bit of an issue with my skin because I'm allergic to hyaluronic acid and sodium hyaluronate. So whenever I apply those ingredients to my skin topically, whilst it feels really hydrating, after about a week I'll have a really strong histamine reaction around my eyes. My skin will go thick and flaky and dark, and it's not nice. I rely on Stem Factor, which has no hyaluronic acid in it, to be my age management serum. Then I do a cocktail of 3 different serums, 1 pump of each in my hand, that target my antioxidant protection, hydration and brightness. Multi B Plus by Aspect Doctor, which is exactly the same as the Aspect Extreme B17.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just rebranded. So that's a lovely niacinamide hit. Reboot. So this is a humectant rich serum. So because I can't get my humectants from hyaluronic, I get this from like the squalene. And then of course the Viviology Vitamin C serum, which brightens the skin straight away. Good shield
The
protection.
Viviology is definitely something that's loved around this office. The vitamin
So
C.
popular.
Yeah,
It's by
nice.
far every month. It's the
Yeah.
most popular product. Hyaluronic acid lip booster. I know Joe talks
you and
about.
Joe.
I know. And look, do you know what? It's because I can. Because I've got a clinic.
Is it amazing?
And we use this at the end of every single one of our treatments at the clinic. It's just instantly so soothing and hydrating. I can put this on in the morning and not have to think about reapplying it till the next day.
Yeah, wow.
And recover quickly. Yes, but on my lips. Okay, so my issues, good question. My issues around hyaluronic acid is anywhere near my eyes. So then we need to talk about sunscreens, of course, that I'm popping on and reapplying regularly throughout the day. So my everyday sunscreen is the Hydrate Plus by Cosmetics. So this is a 2-in-1 moisturising sunscreen. I'm more exposed to the sun if I'm travelling or I'm going for a walk, for example. I'll use the Viviology Moisturising Mineral SPF 50 sunscreen. This one is definitely more mattifying. Oh, and the other thing I forgot was the Pigment Punch Body.
Okay.
I think of this like a 2-in-1 moisturizing exfoliant because it's got a lactic acid component to it, which I think is really important when often people are talking about the dryness that they have on their body. What they need is twofold. They need to exfoliate and hydrate. A moisturizer for the body with some chemical exfoliant component is going to kind of do that at the same time. A little tip from me is when you get out of the shower, I don't really towel dry off completely. I'll just pat my body a little bit so there's still quite a lot of water on the skin, and then I can use a tiny little bit of this and it just helps it spread really, really easily.
Okay,
So if I'm dry, I need to use so much moisturizer. And you don't want to do that. Other thing for people with really dry body skin, and this is an Ayurvedic therapy, is to actually oil your body before you get in the shower. Most of us have the water quite hot, or particularly like this time of year when it's cold. It's so stripping of our skin's natural moisture and oils. Quickly oiling the body means that when you get in the shower, the heat, the hotness of the water is actually taking off what you just put on as opposed to what's in the body naturally, and you get out and the skin still feels so nourished after that as well.
So much.
PM wise, headband.
Headband always.
Gentle foaming cleanser. I love exfoliating every night. And not everyone can do that. But with the Viviology liquid exfoliant, I wanted to create one that I could use every single night. So it's not super, super strong. It does its job. It allows the penetration of everything else to go deeper. It allows you to wake up fresher and brighter without the irritation.
Okay.
So after I've cleansed, I'll get one of these little wipey thingies. I'll wet it under a tap. I'll squeeze out all the water because now it's a damp pad where the product will sit on the pad and go into my skin as opposed to becoming a very expensive swipe. Then I go my retinol serum, the Viviology, and now I underestimated this product. We formulated this to be a very, very much a elementary vitamin A serum. So we encapsulated the retinol, we included the ceramides to make it a really gentle moment, but it really still performs like the vitamin A that I was using historically. So I really love using this product.
I feel the texture?
Yeah, absolutely. It's lovely and creamy. It means that I often don't need to put a moisturiser on afterwards because I've exfoliated. This is this lovely aloe vera base too, which is also really hydrating. And then if I need a moisturiser, I'm using the ceramide moisturiser over the top of that. As I said before, I can get a bit irritated sometimes around my eyes, or I can sometimes just want a breather of all of this stuff. Sometimes I can't be bothered. So I love the Cosmetics Rescue. I don't know if you've come across that. This is so great for dry skin. This is so great for when your skin's inflamed. It's so great for when you're traveling. You pop it on and it stays there. So it's like a bit of a glaze. Like this is, what was that thing people were doing? They were slugging. This is a fabulous product to slug with. And I'm so glad I could actually find this because my husband Ben takes it all the time. Is the Restore Mask from Cosmetics. So lots of cosmetics here. I love it. It's a brand I've been working with. It's since I was a baby dermal therapist for like over 15 years. So that's me. With the exception of these two, everything I use every day. And I always encourage people to get the products that they're going to use every day because they're the ones that make the difference. A treatment mask here and there is not going to be the thing that is going to improve your congestion or the thing that's going to improve really, your dull skin. It's the things you use morning and night.